Yeah, I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. Let's start with meteorologist Eric Alf, who joins us live from Salisbury. Eric, what's the latest out there?
Well, Rob and Hannah, we took a trip to the Salisbury State Park to check out the river in the park to see what kind of water levels we're talking about here, because we're anticipating rain. So I'm using the stick to kind of gauge how deep this is. There's a little reference here. It's about half a foot, I'd say 5 inches. We're only going to be maxing out at around half an inch to an inch of rain, so flooding here at the river here in Salisbury State Park, not a concern. Not like the rainstorm that we had, 5-6 inches of rain where it really caused the flooding here. So no worries on that end, but that doesn't mean there's going to be some rivers in the peninsula that we need to keep an eye on. Now we have a very saturated ground here in Delmarva, so what's going to be posing a problem are some ponding and a little bit of flooding, but overall the flooding concern with this system isn't going to be as intense as with the last system. So water level certainly does look a bit on the higher side here in the park just because of the really wet January and December we've had, so the influence of that certainly taking an obvious look on the river itself. And I'm also noticing a little bit of a stiff easterly wind is starting to kick in ever so slightly here outside as I'm standing out in the Salisbury Park, but not very strong. But I'm starting to definitely notice some of the wind starting to pick up just a little bit sustained behind my back. So water levels here, not too much of a concern here in Salisbury, but again, with the saturated grounds, have to watch out for some weakened trees just because the soil is a little bit softened. Maybe some weakening as well from the last storm we had. So with gusts around 50 to 60 miles per hour expected for a few hours tonight, that's certainly a concern we're going to be having, and a bit of a higher flooding threat towards the northern part of the peninsula with this rain event as well. A bit more rain over there. So again, no concerns here on the river here in the Salisbury State Park, but of course we're going to be keeping an eye on the conditions, especially on the western side of the peninsula with the tidal flooding that we are going to be expecting for the rest of the night as well. Rich, I know you're going to be breaking it all down for us tonight. What have you got?